Morning. Who we got here today? Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Ruby. Good morning, Jennifer. Hello, Suzette. Hi, Nicole. Good morning, Darlene. Hi, Erin. Hi, Carrie. Hello, Hug Life. Good morning, Janelle. Hi, Valerie. Yep, it's me again. Just up to my bullshit over here. So I had my coffee already. Hi, Cindy. I had my coffee already, and I'm gonna do this instead for my second cup. I brought the little wrapper so I could show you. I'm doing this. It's a Ticino Chaga Ashwagandha, butterscotch cream, whatever that all is. Super bougie and ridiculous, but it doesn't have caffeine. And I think that's what I need for my second cup, sadly. Sadly enough. I've been so lost in time, and this has been happening for me for Coffee and Magic and like anything else that's requiring me to get out of the house like habitually. Like, so when I go to work on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it's always the same, but I'm always confused about time, and I'm like literally sitting there like wandering my thoughts into my cup of coffee, and then I'm like, wait, do I have to be on the road in 8.5 minutes? Hmm. So answer is usually yes, but here we are. I'm very tired today. The energy feels so heavy. Well, it's been heavy for me all weekend, but I have a headache and I am exhausted. But um, other than that, I feel fine. You know, Janelle says, can someone explain where October went? Nope. Well, here's the thing, I do have a whole journal full of October, and October can go fuck itself. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, I'm not. I'm not kidding. This has been a real hell of a month over here and big, big, big changes. Um, I wouldn't redo October. I'm ready to bye-bye to it. On to November, on to birthday things, like, see ya. Oh, Nancy, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm sending you so much love. I'm so glad that you were there with her, though. I'm very sorry to hear that. Um, Good morning. Hi, Caress. So, how are you guys doing after post eclipse stuff? We're still in this energy and we will be for a minute, right? And also, you know what this energy means for you? It also means it's not leaving because you made a lot of shifts, right? So, some things are going to have to be adjusted to your new normal. Now that we're out of the like grinder of eclipse season. It's time to kind of get our shit together with whatever pieces have made themselves known, if that makes sense. So we'll work on that together this month. Um, I sent out an email this morning to you with some housekeeping, nothing really massive, but just to note, if you received an email from me with a registration link, that link will expire on November 2nd, at which time, if you haven't registered for the Normalized Magic Workshop, I cannot guarantee your spot because I will be opening up the registration to the wait list at that time. Okay. So if you've just been sitting on that, we've got a couple days. I think the first is Wednesday, so until Thursday to go ahead and register to make sure you're in. And then for everybody who hasn't got an email and you're wondering about workshop, you will know by the weekend and get a link if there's space to hop in there. Okay, so no pressure, just a little bit of structure because this is also a business, right? Okay. So, the other thing that I wanted to tell you was what? I'm leaving, so you will not have Coffee and Magic on Friday the 10th or Monday the 13th because I will be on my 40th birthday vacation, which cannot wait. I'm just going to put my whole body in the ocean for 5 days and I will not be leaving it. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to start workshop and it's going to be great. So that's my plan for November. Let's do a quick energy check in, right? So 1 through 10, roadkill or fully animated magical creature? What are we thinking this morning? Mm, that's not bad. I didn't put anything in it, it's just the tea. That's not bad at all. All right, Jackie. Jackie's an 8 and Julie's an 8. We've got sevens and sevens and fours and sixes and nines. Okay, well, we're a mixed bag. And I love it for us. We love the diversity. I'm not coming to Puerto Rico. I'm going to Mexico. Um, Same place I went last year. I loved it so much. I wanted to go again. Oh God, Janine. Janine's been sick for 2 weeks. Hi, Roz. Oh, let me tell you. That's what I wanted to tell you. I want to tell you a little story. For that I also want to remember for myself on this day. Okay. TikTok and IG are better than YouTube, just saying. Yes, I know. YouTube is here for posterity for the most part. So it's just there, you know what I mean? Keeping a record. Um, all right, so here's what I wanted to tell you. So for those of you who don't know me well enough, I recently moved like 6 months ago, exactly 6 months ago, actually. And before that, I was living in a house, in my marriage house, my marital home, with my ex for 3 years of like tumultuous breaking up, getting back together, and then being completely done with each other and having to live in the same space with deep drama and animosity. So my stress level was always probably a 10 out of 10, I would say, to put it mildly. Like I was always highly, highly stressed, but just that was my normal. You know what I'm saying? So then other things would happen and like totally, it was not it was not good for me. And I was severely depressed in 2022. And every year, like for 4 years now, um, every time eclipse season would come around, I would get sick, like COVID sick, like for a month, right? 2 weeks to a month, just dead sick. And one of those years, I think it was 2021. No, maybe it's 2022. I don't know. One of those years, I also had asthma that came through as a result of complications from COVID. And I literally stopped being able to breathe. And I remember this was last year. I remember like just I wasn't sick yet, but I was in bed and I was like, I don't know what's going on because I would breathe in and it was like it wasn't filling my lungs and it was terrifying. And then I found out I had um, asthma then, right? So I was just sick, guys. And so every Halloween, we would go to my friend's Halloween party because she is a good neighborhood for trick or treating because we lived out in the boonies. And I would have just been recovering enough that I could leave the house, but I couldn't even walk. So I'd be at her party and I couldn't walk with my kids. So she would walk with my kids because I would just have to stay in the house. Like I literally couldn't walk up a hill. I was so sick, guys. Okay. And then last year, Kitty died during that time. We got sick at the same time. So it was just been like sick, sick, sick every eclipse season. And this year, as I'm literally sitting in front of you and you see me, right? I'm not sick. Like right? But I'm okay. And do you know why? Because I got myself out of that place. Like I did it. And I just want to take a moment for myself this morning and recognize because things go so fast and you hardly take a moment to recognize how far you've come sometimes. And I want you to do this too, especially as we, close out this very intense eclipse portal. I am actually doing great. Like, has October been heartbreakingly sad for me in a lot of ways? Yes. Yes, it has. But this is my life that things are happening and I'm having normal human reactions to them, but I'm not sick. I can breathe. I'm not sick. I took my kids, like, well, I didn't take them, but I was awake and alive for trick or treating, and I'm fine. And the reason I'm fine is because I got myself out of toxicity. And that's why my plants are thriving too, because I couldn't keep the fucking plant alive to save my life or their life. Like, we were all dying, just struggling, trying to figure out why it wasn't working. It's not working because the environment was killing me. And when you are in an environment that is not allowing you to literally catch your breath, how can you expect to make anything happen? Right. So I moved myself from that toxic soil to here somehow, but not somehow. I manifested that. I worked diligently on it and I trusted and I cried and I had meltdowns, but I kept going. And now I get to wake up here and nobody fucks with me here. Nobody. Nobody but me. And it's beautiful. And so, congratulations to me today because holy shit, right? I'm ready. So, I just wanted to share that with you so you can all remember it for me as well because it's a big deal. And this is my 40th. I'm going to be 40 and I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this because I just know that this is the decade that everything I do is going to come from a place of wanting to do it and being in alignment with myself and just, you know, being Sarah, whoever that is at any point in time. So, thanks for being on this ride with me because whether you know it or not, you absolutely were. Because those times when I was severely depressed, the only thing I got out of bed for was coffee and magic. So I would pull myself out of there, go into my office, come do this with you, and you would remind me of what I'm doing and why I'm doing this and that this is important. So whether you know it or not, you played a very pivotal role in helping me get myself out of some bullshit. Okay. Now, on to the coffee and magic part. I'm going to give you three things. If you're new here, hello. I'm going to give you three things. You choose which one is feeling most aligned with you this morning. And we'll see what these cards have to say. Right. But I really do encourage you to take a look back at last year for yourself too. And just, have a moment with yourself to celebrate, you know? Carrie says, now onto some new bullshit. Oh, girl, you know it. And I am so excited for this new bullshit because guess what? I can do whatever I want. Finally. It's just me and me. It's gonna be wild. Okay. What are the three things I want today? Do you know I have not had one piece of Halloween candy either? My kids brought me this the other day and put it on my desk, and I'm like, just haven't been eating the sugar. Isn't that amazing? I've had a lot of Twix in my life, so it's not like I I'm not like pining over it because they're gonna be here forever, probably longer than we are, and so at some point we'll meet again. All right, let's do planets today. Okay? And we're going to correspond them with a vibe, but you don't have to. I'm going to. Thank you, Beatrice. Okay. So Jupiter, expansion, good luck. Sagittarius energy, Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury, communication. So we've got Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury. Which planet are you vibing with this morning? These are my Halloween earrings. Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury. Hi, Tiffany. Did I say hi to you, Melissa and Cindy? If not, hello. Hi, Denise. Hi, Sarah. Whoa, I just zoned out for a minute. Did you see that? I just went off into my own little thing and forgot where I was. I'm here shuffling. Okay, so you're it's Jupiter, um, Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury. I'm seeing I'm seeing a lot less Mercury than I should be, honestly. Are you guys scared of communication? I'm just kidding. You choose whichever one you want. Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury. Drop your choice in the comments. I'm shuffling for Jupiter right now. Animals are always outside my door doing some fuckery. They can't come in because they distract me. Okay, so you ready? This is Jupiter. So your choices again are Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury. And you just let me know when you're ready. I see that we're ready on TikTok. Oh. Instagram, are you ready? Christine. Okay, here we go then. You ready, YouTube? Okay, so this is your Jupiter. Okay, so dragon, frog, death. What a story to kick us off post eclipse. You're gonna love this one. You're gonna fucking love it. Okay, so here's the story, my Jupiter friends. It's time to clean up because something died. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'll say it more. So, over the past 2 weeks, we've been doing a lot of things. And one of those things that you have likely been diligently getting is this idea that a lot of things that were once things for you, ways of being, people, places, things, just all structures, have been up for debate, right? And some of those things are dead, 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 which means that their corpses are probably littering your living space energetically, and it's time to clean house. What does that mean specifically? Well, I don't know what it means specifically for you, but it might mean specifically for you that you literally have some shit in your house that belongs to a bygone era and needs to go. It can also mean that you have some, dead stuff still in your energetic field that needs to be cleared out. Whatever it is, time to get to it because guess what? Other energy is waiting to come play and doesn't want to come into your dirty energy house. Okay? So why don't we take a moment, right, this week and clean, right? It's kind of like when you're coming out of a depressive episode, if you have those and you everything's a mess and now your energy's back. And so you're like, well, I better take these 18 cups and plates and put them away and wash my sheets and pick up the piles of bullshit all around my bed because it's time to do living stuff, right? That's kind of where we're at right now. Okay. It's time to do some living stuff. So clean up the stuff, figuratively and literally, organize it and get ready. Cause it's kind of like it's not just like it's kind of like when you power clean because there's like a looming impending deadline. Like I was always joking around that the best thing to do, um, the best way to get your house clean is to kind of have to sell it, right? Because all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm cleaning everything. So it's kind of like that. Get it ready for something. Like you're having visitors. Dragon energy is here to help you. So tap into that fire. Okay. Just your inner dragon. Tap into that. Tap into that to help you power through whatever it is you need to power through to clear out these things. Okay. Just really do that, please. Like now. Don't not do it. I don't mean to be pushy. You have free will. But if I were to give you any advice, I would say do it immediately. Okay. All right. Moving on to Venus. Okay. Oof, I just got so excited. I don't know why. I feel like something exciting is about to happen. Do you feel that too? It doesn't make any sense, given like the atmosphere around me, but it just kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's talking about getting rid of all this dead stuff. Excited me. Okay. Venus. Gotta shuffle these pretty good though, so hold on. Anticipatory, Sarah, right? Anticipatory energy. God, people are messaging me so much during Coffee and Magic. It's like, because I don't have my do not disturb on, and it's so funny to me how like just this 1 hour segment is when everybody is like, I should text her. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, interesting. Okay. Tell me when you're ready for Venus. What song's in your head this morning? I have Cowboy Like Me by Taylor. Melissa, do you love that one? I just can't get it out of my head. It's like I woke up with it and just bopping to it, singing it. All right. So, Venus, are you ready? Oh, you said you were. Okay. Reminder, your choices are Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury. So if you're just popping on, you could choose from Venus or Mercury. And of course, you can watch the replay if you wanted to do that later after I'm finished. This is going to be Venus. Hey, Freddie. Which song isn't in my head? Okay. We've got Focus, King, Butterfly. This is Venus. So you got Focus, King, and Butterfly. Interesting, huh? Okay. So this one is so different than the first one, which is interesting for Venus. So there's something that you need to actually do, which is my least favorite thing to say to anybody. But this is very, it feels time sensitive. It feels like it feels like you need to kind of stop procrastinating and telling yourself you don't have like time for it or you need to do it later or whatever dragging your feet looks like for you right now. You really need to do it. It's blocking your energy. There's like an actual decision you need to make, a physical action you need to take, it feels like, and kind of pulling all of your energy in so you can accomplish that, right? Instead of it's interesting because usually um we tend to want to encourage like I tend to want to encourage you like not to get lost in the myopia of everything and like kind of pull out and see the bigger picture. But today, for you, you've been really myopically focused and not wait, hold on. My brain just like glitched on me. You are not focusing on the thing. You're looking at the big picture. That's what it is. And the big picture is great, but there's just something you needed to do. So like go back in, handle that thing, and then come back out and look at the big picture and notice how it actually makes a lot more sense now, how things fit a lot better. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Because I could like kind of reshuffle and say it again if it didn't. I'll wait. Not reshuffle the cards. I mean, my words, because the cards are the cards. Okay, I'll try again because we have a mixed bag, which it's fine. All right. Venus friends, there is a matter of business you need to attend to. You've been looking at things from the bird's eye view because that usually helps you, right, to kind of see the bigger picture. But in the pulling out and seeing the macro, there is something that you have not handled yet. A decision to be made, a loose end tied up, whatever it is that requires an action. So go back into the situation, go finish whatever it is you started there. And then when you pull back out, you'll notice that things fit better. Does that make sense? Because on the other side of this is the butterfly, which means that you just need to go back in, do the thing, and when you come back out, it's going to look so much better. And I'm not saying that you've been avoidant necessarily, but some of you really have. Not all of you. For some, it's a very like, oh, I didn't realize, let me go do that. And for the rest of you, it's a very, I was hoping that nobody would catch this little thing so I could get away with not having to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? So mixed bag, but that's Venus. Are you good now? Did I reshuffle enough? Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Last one. Mercury. Beauty. It was the beauty card. And that's the result of like going in and doing the thing that needs to be done. When you pull back out, everything just looks a lot better. Oh, King, Beauty, and Focus. All right, last one, Mercury. Mercury's on deck. Oh, Jen, you sound so excited for this. I hope that it lives up to your excitement. Cindy, are we good for Friday? Is there anything I need to do? You can text me. Tell me when you're ready. I'm good for a smirk, huh, Janelle? Okay. All right. So this is your Mercury. I won't even make you wait for it. Here's your Goblin, Wind Fairy, and the Bard. This is a juicy one. This is such a Mercury pull. I can't even with this right now. Wow. Okay, so we all know that Mercury is the planet of communication. And, you know, pretty well known hot tip. But if you are to look up your natal chart, right, and see what planet, um, not what planet, what sign your Mercury is in, right? That's going to give you an indication of what your communication style is. So, for example, my Mercury is in Scorpio. So, I don't like small talk. I like talking about big things, deep things, you know, death and rebirth things, coffee and magic things. I like to talk about things that feel like they are substantive to me. And I don't like talking about things that don't fucking matter. Okay. So that's my Mercury. Finding what your Mercury in is helpful. And also anybody around you, it's helpful to know what theirs are too, because everybody has different communication styles, right? Um, so anyway, this is your Mercury pull. That was just a little thing for you. Goblin, Wind Fairy, and Bard. And we all know that the Bard is all about telling your story. Okay? Now, listen. Here's the thing. There's a little bit of a power struggle going on right now with you because there's still a part of your brain that is tenaciously clinging to the last tendrils of a very done story. Okay? And this shift for you is actually going to be a lot easier than you think it will be because this part of you, the goblin, right, the egoic part that can't really see outside of itself, doesn't again see outside of itself. So it doesn't know that it's actually totally good on the other side of this. It thinks, no, get back in here where we know things. It doesn't like the newness of it, but it does adjust once you make it. Okay. So whatever that last little bit of the old story is that's like just clinging to the corners of your mind like cobwebs, right? Just please clear them out because they are not meant to mix with the story that you've already started. And that's the thing. You've overlapped them, right? So you've already started your new story. And what you're doing right now is a little bit of a mind game that you're saying, I've started my new story, but somehow this old storyline, I'm just going to like quietly weave it in here in the corner and like nobody will notice. Well, we see ya. You see you. And it's not in your best interest to do that because you have a lot of other things going on, right? Like, let go. ah. So, okay, that's the first part. So, the wind fairy is explaining to you, it's giving you instructions on how to make this happen. And it's all about the percentage of your thoughts in a specific direction. You don't have to have reached 100%. Who cares about that? We just want to skew the numbers in our favor. That's all, right? We want a 51-49 situation, okay? We want to take control of the room. That's all. That's all. Once you control the majority of the votes, you know, that's what you want, you know? Or maybe you'll be a founding member like the United States and your vote just overrules everybody, no matter what's going on. So, anyway, that's what we need to focus on for you. is the thoughts. So if you are still starting your sentence with an old program, whatever, it's fine. But put a comma and keep going with the new, all right? Just keep adding the new thoughts. Eventually, the old thoughts will lose their power and fall out by themselves. The thing you might not realize, which is kind of counterintuitive, but if you are like, if you have an old way of thinking that you've identified, and you spend most of your time trying to change that old way of thinking, you're actually giving it more energy, okay? Because you're thinking about it all the time, right? It's kind of like when, I'll use an example that probably most of us really know pretty well. When you are deciding to go on a diet, which is probably the most toxic thing you could do to yourself at this point, right? But you're like, oh, I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to eat carbs or sugar, and now all you're thinking about is, I'm not going to eat carbs or sugar. I'm not going to eat carbs or sugar. I'm not going to eat carbs or sugar. Remove the desire for carbs and sugar. What are you thinking about 90% of your day? Carbs and sugar, friend, right? So much better to think about what you're adding in, right? Carbs and sugar. I'm eating broccoli. I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm taking a walk around the block every so often to move my energy. Whatever it is, whatever it is. Just what you focus on is where your energy is going. And the universe doesn't understand the difference between like no statements. Do you see what I mean? So if it's just energy signatures. So you can, if you keep saying like, I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be unhappy. I hear you, but all you're saying is, I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy. Much better, much more effective to say, I want to feel happiness. These are ideas of things that would possibly make me happy. Here are things in my life now that make me a little happy. Find the energy that you want more of and give it energy, right? It's just energy math. So, and your brain controls that part. Okay. So check your equations. See what you're thinking about all the time. See if you know that there's a part of the story that you need to let go, but you just keep thinking about it all the time. So it's never going to leave, right? It's going to be in a constant holding pattern of needing to go because you're like, I really need to let this go. I really need to let this go. I really need to let this go. It would probably work better to think about what's coming in, right? And then allow yourself to make room and don't clutch so hard. Are you with me on your Mercury? Hi, Lacey. All right. So there you go. That's your coffee and magic for today. Whew. I liked that one. I still have a headache, but I liked it. Okay. So thanks for being here with me today. Congratulations for living through yet another eclipse season. Reminder, if you have a registration link for me for the Normalized Magic Workshop, you have a space reserved, so please go grab it. And then if you have been on the wait list and you haven't gotten a registration link, or if you'd like to be on the wait list, which you can DM me or send me an email about, I will be sending out any remaining spots this weekend so you can get that. And then we will begin the Normalized Magic Workshop on the 15th. And we will have off for the week of Thanksgiving, of course. So can't wait to get started with that. I will be really raring to go. Yeah, I'm sending you lots of love today. Okay. I'm going to drink some water. You drink some water. Take care of yourself. And I will see you on Friday at 10 a.m. Okay? Goodbye, friends. I'm totally wanting to sleep all day, but